Credit Suisse stocks spike on pronounced State Street takeover. Hobby Milan shares in Credit Suisse turned sharply better on Wednesday afternoon, with traders mentioning an inside parity plots document that US-based State Street (NYSE) STT is making plans a takeover bid for the afflicted lender, though a few inside the industry doubt the claim. Credit Suisse stocks ended up 3.8% in Zurich after leaping following the file inside the Swiss monetary blog. From lows hit earlier within the day, the stocks have been up extra than 14%. The broader European inventory market become down 0.7%. The stock dropped close to its lowest in over 20 years all through the session after the corporation warned of a likely second quarter loss as volatility hit its investment bank. Shares in State Street fell extra than 5%, underperforming the broader marketplace. Citing one unidentified supply, inside parity plots said State Street could bid 9 Swiss francs a proportion, a premium of extra than 30% to Tuesday's last price. That would fee Credit Suisse at 23 billion francs, $23.6 billion. We aren't going to respond to an in-advance news document, State Street said in a declaration. As we've got previously discussed, we are focused on our pending acquisition of Brown Brothers Harriman's Investor Services commercial enterprise. Credit Suisse declined to remark. Analysts have been skeptical. For many motives, we see this aggregate as rather unlikely, wrote Jefferies analysts, bringing up State Street's pending deal to buy Brown Brothers Harriman's investor offerings business and the Swiss bank's prison business demanding situations. A Pinnacle U.S. brokerage, in a message to clients, questioned the rationale of any State Street interest for the Swiss bank, mentioning unclear synergies for the U.S. custodian, at the side of the risk of capital prices, process cuts and litigation dangers. The deal hypothesis comes as Credit Suisse on Wednesday introduced a third consecutive quarterly profit warning. The bank has defined 2022 as a transition year in which it is trying to turn the page on expensive scandals that delivered a close to overall reshuffle of top control and a restructuring seeking to curtail risk-taking, specifically in its investment bank. Beyond the demanding situations of the macroeconomic environment, Credit Suisse is contending with an overhaul after a chain of setbacks which have shaken investor self-belief. Top 10 shareholder Artisan Partners (NYSE) APAM informed remaining month that Credit Suisse have to start searching out a new CEO, the first foremost investor to publicly name for such a circulate. Separately, sources informed Ultimate Week that Credit Suisse is in the early tiers of weighing options to bolster its capital after a string of losses eroded its economic buffers. $1 equals 0.9739 Swiss francs.